Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 8 of our playthrough on the Deadlands map. We're playing on hard mode and we're playing as the Ironteeth faction. So, let's just take stock of where we are. So, cycle 16 day 3, we have a drought coming up. So the length for this drought is going to be as much a surprise to you as it is to me, which will be, exciting for us. We have 570 water-ish currently stored, so we've got 2 days to really maximise our use of that stuff. And we have 964 food. Food I'm not too concerned about. Water is a little bit more concerning, but we'll talk about that as the episode goes on. So, to the comments. I've just had a comment actually just recently saying if I do a resource counter, automation things will move along really fast. Highly recommend it. We do need to get into resource counters. Let's just look at how much they are. So that's from Femi Gurnal. Hopefully I'm not murdering that. So a resource counter, 4 planks for... Yep, so we can get into that relatively soon. That's a science counter. 4 planks, 4 gears, and a metal screw. So we can get into that relatively soon. So we probably will look at doing that maybe this episode. The timer is where I don't like stuff. So the timer is... Yeah, 1 treated plank. So that's why we was going for the treated planks, wasn't it? I don't want things to get away from me. So before I look at the other ones, I'm just going to make sure we are pumping with all of our things. Yeah, we are pumping with everything. So... let's look at the other comments. I would like your feedback on this as well. Do you guys want me to go through every comment that I receive on a video? Because when we were receiving 1 or 2 comments, it was quite easy to do at the beginning, but I spend quite a long time talking about this stuff at the beginning. So, key ones. Different work areas, different levers. So that's from Grouchy Hermit. So that's a good idea. So we could set our industrial thing to 1 lever so that I can pause it on and off. So that could be a very good thing to use. I like that idea. The ancient aquifers only require 200 water. So this only requires 200. If I was to build an aqua drill, that's when it would require 400. So putting a number cruncher over here, maybe for temperate cycles, is maybe not the worst idea we've ever had. If you have dynamite, you might consider blasting a channel to the bad water. So I think both Phelan and Michael Barnard have suggested I come over and do this. So we're going to look at this episode. I haven't marked some trees to cut. We will do that. And Crook... I've got to stop calling you Crook. I'm so sorry. Croc has pointed out that I could put a thing here to block this going down here. And we probably will. It's not a super urgent priority at the moment, but we will. And we could even make this even deeper, I think. Yeah, maybe not. We can look at that. But let's talk about my objectives for this episode. So, before we get carried away, let's look at the trees I have. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. That's on me, guys. That's just bad, isn't it? Thank you for having my back with that. That's very frustrating, isn't it? So, we're going to have loads of beavers coming in to cut that up. So, our targets for this episode are to start to think about some industry over here. We're going to try and come up with a better bad tide diversion over here. So that's going to involve using centrifuge. And the other thing I wanted to do was talk about, people have been talking about me using tubeways. Now, I was a little bit reluctant because of the metal input required, the amount of time it's going to take. But I realised that Atlas has given us the perfect way of utilising the map to our advantage. So earlier on, all the tunnels under the map were a source of, pain because obviously the bad tide was going through them. But now we can put tunnels in these. We don't have to go tunneling. We can just literally cap it off with a impermeable floor, stick a tubeway down there, and I can stick tubes all up here through into here and get up here relatively painless. So I think we're going to look at doing something like that. I would really like to get into that. So, first things first, we are also going to look at maybe some automation as well. I would do like the resource counter idea. I would like to do it with timers, just because it does make it a little bit easier. So I don't know how far off getting this built we are. I mean, we have hardly any planks, and we also have hardly any gears. So I'm going to turn one of these back on. Much to, we have no drops, we have no haulers. Why are you guys not like super low? Because you should be, yes. So I'd rather have some haulers than some extra builders. Though we do want to get this done. This is the other thing we want to get done. So we want to finish this Damn. So this is the... Is it? It's not a trifecta anymore, is it? It's like a... What's the difference between a trifecta? Quad... I don't know. A tetrad. A tetrad are things we want to do. Bacteria come in tetrads, and I know that. So... I almost thought I hadn't recorded that and panicked. What can we do? So we have all of this available now to cut. Do I have too many beavers chopping down trees? Maybe I do. So maybe you can stop. Please tell me I mark these for cutting. I didn't even mark these for cutting. That's just clown shoes at sometimes, isn't it? So now we have all of the trees for cutting. I am going to leave that guy paused because we have these ones up here. So we are chopping the wood down now. So what would I like to do first? So I would like to get into extract. Now, we're not going to have enough power down here because we are sticking that on the end. And I think it makes sense to just do extract right near where we're... I'm also going to empty that out because I'd rather have that for water there. That'd be much better. So, rather than getting distracted, power. Steam engine, 20 logs, 25 gears, not even close on the gears. We do have the metal parts though. So I think we're going to pop a steam engine in down here. And then we're going to pop a centrifuge, which I would like to unlock. This is so we can have the extract to do the triple dynamite. Because if we come over here and we're using singles to blast this down, I know for the top layer it's going to be fine. But if we're doing this properly. So we're going to blast this down here as well. And that's going to be the idea. So... centrifuge. Unlock. Centrifuge goes there. Centrifuge obviously is less... Oh, that requires a lot of gears, doesn't it? We're going to have to scale up industry. I am also thinking about putting an extra beaver pod in. Depending on how long this drought is. If this drought is kind, we may put an extra beaver pod in. If it's not, we're not going to because... we will be in a world of pain very quickly. I think this bridge has served its purpose now, so we can actually delete that as well. So come grab these resources for me because I am resource poor at the moment. And what we're going to do is we're going to speed up as well. Watch them run around. So it all depends on how long this drought is. We are also going to lose our ability to pump bad water as well. Well, not all of it, just a little bit. But once we do go into the drought, I am going to pause a lot of our pumping operations. Shall we unlock? We already have 11. So I'm trying to include everyone's suggestions. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a lever over there. So what's this lever? This lever is bad tide. So we're going to pop that there. That's called the bad tide lever. I know to push that when we have a bad tide. This is going to be the industrial lever. So this is, well, maybe not industrial. We'll call it planks plus gears. So what we'll do, because you can't make gears without planks, we'll turn all that on at the same time. Did they come and get all of that from over there? They did. And they are slowly popping all of this in. I do want them to still do that. That is one of our goals for this episode. And we still are. We did put the tapper shack in as well. Why does the tapper shack need gears? Seems a bit weird. And I would love to get timers on these, because I think we've got about 3 beavers in these. Yeah, we have. What do I need for a timer? We've looked at this about 3 times. I need a treated plank, which we need for that. So that is a 17-day drought. So, I don't think I go super aggressive with increasing beaver numbers. We do also need to marshal our water a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to pop a pump up here. I know it's not the best idea, not the best place to put one of these, but if I pop a tank here, see, I'm getting better at this. We'll put one there, set this to supply, and then hopefully we can bring them into... So we set this to an obtain tank. hopefully, where they go to sleep at night, we can prioritize that. So we're going to pause this one, and this one for now. We got those 4 at the back still pumping, and I'm going to prioritize this. High prioritize. And we can't build that because we don't have gears. Okay. Things are happening. However, we do have equilibrium on beavers again at the moment. Well, almost actually extra. He can come in and do that. So we do have loads of builder beavers, which I'm pleased about because we have now finished this. So this can now go away, which means we can have some extra planks. And then we can continue to finish this. So this will be operational for next bad tide / drought. I also did this one layer higher, didn't I? So what we can actually do is we can, if I was to delete that, might as well come and pick these up. And honestly, with our resources at the moment, it's probably going to be easier to put planks in. And then levy across. And I know I deleted the bridges that would have made it easier to do that, wouldn't I? Oh, it's always good. But this is going in fine. We have this, so this is going to be our industrial. So I'm going to pause you on to automate, and automate. So when that's, I'm going to pin this, not this, I'm going to pin this. So switch on. There we go. So those are all switched on. That's good. I should really be pumping from these as well. And this will run out very quickly, so that's fine. The long-term goal will be to connect these up to depth sensors as well, so that when we have a bad tide, or no, not so when we're in a drought, when there's not water coming in here, I can tie these depth sensors so that once there is no water left, they do stop pumping and just freeze up the jobs. So we have planks and gears. That's fine. A lot of kohlrabi over here. It might be worth even investing in another storage for that. So tapper shack, fine. Gears, we are making gears. They are also using gears. What are they using gears on? Oh, they're putting gears in there. That's fine, because I would like some treated planks so we can get the timers. Because once we have the timers and the resource counters, I can get on some proper automation. And I would also like the weather station, which requires 8 treated planks and 10 gears. So that's really going to take a little while. So let's talk about how much science do we have. 2.9k, fine. So tubeway station is 700. We're going to unlock that. Also takes gears. Tubeway, planks, and the other tubeway requires metal. So where are we going to come in with this? Now, I can't detonate this until... I can't detonate the dynamite that we're going to use to be getting down here until we hit the end of the drought. Otherwise, all the water in here is just going to lose. But I really want timers for these. But what we can do is we can start this by taking out this row of corn here. I need timers and resource counters because we just have people stood around doing nothing because there's just, corn on the go. It is going to help us massively. And that's going to let the water out. So come and remove this quickly. And I think we're going to put a tubeway station here. And obviously this is going to be a long-term project. We also need to unlock, let's not forget, the impermeable floors. The beaver grate, we're going to be shoving the beavers through. I swear they won't turn into Swiss cheese. It would also be a good time to look at that, but we are nowhere near getting a bad water discharge yet. 300 gears, 200 metal planks, 550 dynamite. No way. I know I should be expanding this first, but we're going to go with this for now because I do want to see. I want people to see their suggestions come to life, so I want them to put this in. I mean, we could. I mean, I could put the explosives factory on. Do we? Let's put the explosives factory on. And I am actually going to. In the what word am I looking for? In the trying to get things done quickly, we will put that in. That's not the right word. That was awful English. But in the spirit of getting things done quickly, and we will high prioritize that. Can't believe he hasn't pumped everything out down here yet, but that's also fine. I mean, this kind of doesn't have to be... Oh, good, it's not high priority. That's fine. So that doesn't have to be high priority. If I do that, it's just going to... All that water is just going to come flying out. So I don't really want to do it just yet. But we can sight where our dynamite's going to go. And I know I'm not using it efficiently. So we can pop one there. We will pop that there. And then we will put the tubeway bits in. And that'll be a high priority job so that we can ensure that we don't lose the water when all the water starts to gush out. See, I kind of... Maybe I should just have that set to planks. Let's get another one of these then. Because now I'm making loads of planks when I don't really need them. Does it ever hurt to have too many planks? Probably not. Let's just keep having them for now. So, I think we're going to be okay. We've got 10 days left. 600 water. I think water's fine. We do need to just expand the beavers now, though. It is the job at hand. I'm hoping as well. No, this will just overtop for now, won't it? So that's fine. If I need to put a dam on top. I was hoping we could regulate that with a... We'll probably regulate that with a depth sensor. So the depth sensor can go... Where's the lowest point? If we pop the depth sensor there, we can regulate this valve based upon the depth here. So if it hits... If it's greater than 5.85, we can open that valve. And fingers crossed that will keep all of this nice and irrigated, and then we will have it won't overtop too much. They are really cracking on with this now, aren't they? Good guys. And in the effort of keeping this water in here, and because I do listen to people, we'll pop that there. That might get changed later so that we can have water flowing out both sides when we do have my really weird, massive reservoir thing I'm planning for this bit. But that's not today. So I think because that's all dried out, hasn't it? So we are going to come in and we're going to high prioritize this one. Someone's going to laugh at me when loads of water comes flying out there. How are we doing? So you are still replanting. Please tell me I marked all those for... They are. Okay, those are marked for Just got to be careful that I actually do mark stuff for cutting. Logs are fine. Planks are fine. Gears are okay. Do we have a tapper shack? No, we do not. But we do... I mean, you can build that. Build these now. Because I would very much like timers. I would very much like timers. And I did watch JC's video where he tied all the depth sensors together, and I don't know, that I didn't like that. So each one is going to have its own timer. And what I will do off camera is I will come in with our naming conventions for these so that we can name them appropriately. I don't think I need a timer for this one. I think what I need is... I think I'm going to need an ore sensor for this because I'm going to have ore depth or bad tide. So we will need a... We'll need a couple, actually. Or actually, what I'm going to need is I'm going to need an override, aren't I? So if I have a bad tide sensor, if I have a weather station and it tells me there's a bad tide, I can have depth below X or bad tide means that that is on. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me in my head. There's probably going to be about 4 sensors involved in that, so that's going to be funny. But we do have a beaver tapping now. We really need more beavers. Is there anything I can do? I mean, the obvious thing is to get a monument in. Get a monument in play. So that's all their housing. Apart from... No, I have a weird house somewhere. No, I think I've got all their housing in here, didn't I? Oh no, there is that weird house over there, isn't there? But fine. So, I am going to high prioritize that so they can just do that for me. Oh, they're coming over it. That seems a very circuitous way to do that. And let's pop that just a little bit lower priority. I am trying to be better with the priority systems. I hope you can appreciate that. And this is now being absolutely murdered for its power, isn't it? So what do I want to cut off? Don't really want to cut off the metal blocks. I think we're going to cut off the dynamite again. Did they put you in? They did. How many more do I need to go down? Oh, it's probably only one more. And actually, maybe let's get this in as relatively high priority as well, because I would like to see this in so that we can hopefully retain a bit of water in future. This has been pumped dry. This has been pumped dry. See, this is why we need depth sensors and stuff involved, because stuff I miss because I'm focusing on lots of things. Where we could have more beaver labour. That in the comments is absolutely right. Automation is going to save us a lot of time, so the sooner I do suck it up and sort out the automation, the better. I just want the timers to do it with. So we are also going to lock the weather station. So this will automate our bad tide stuff. So what are you? You're the lever, you're the relay, which I don't need anymore. So you can go away. And we'll pop the weather station in down here. The fingers crossed, we have actually got we have got treated planks. Build these for me. I know I'm putting everything on high priority again. I'm really trying to stop. It's just going to save us a little bit of beaver labour. Apologies, my cough doesn't seem to be subsiding anytime soon. And I heard the most horrendous term for, like, you can delete that as well. So, like, when you, like, if you're eating or you're, not nervous disposition, because it's not that, it's not something to be nervous about. But, like, obviously I work in a microbiology lab, so you get all sorts of samples. So there's something called sputum, which is, like, a green thing that you cough up out your lungs. Which is fine, it doesn't bother me. It's a body fluid. It comes out of people, whatever. I heard someone describe it the other day as lung butter. And that was the most vile thing I think I ever heard. Calling something like that lung butter. Oh, we also need to build that. Whoopsie. And that was the story. I hope that was terrifying. Well, slightly disgusting for everybody involved. So we can automate you after that now. So what you're going to do is you're going to stay paused for 24 hours, which is going to allow that beaver to go off and do something exciting. And they should come and build that when they get the chance. Would really like this built. Stop prioritizing things. Oh, yes. Is that all it did to our well-being? No, we're going up a little bit higher. So what am I prioritizing at the moment? What do I need to... So this needs to be the highest priority. So detonate that. And then, so that is the water level, isn't it? So cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the tube. That is definitely down there, isn't it? Let's just put it down there just so I can see. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in with an impermeable floor here, which should stop the water from leaking out. And if it doesn't, we are knackered. So let's get that all built. Please do it quickly. Please do it quickly. We have 3 days. And I know they have to go a long way to get the resource. That's on me. Excellent. So we have this as well now. So I'm just going to pause this because I don't want stuff to run away from me. Yeah, that's fine. So you're going to be off that timer. Excellent. So there we go. We've automated the water pumps a little bit to make ourselves a little bit more efficient. So we should actually be able to... Did we have resource counters? Is there somewhere where I want to put our resource? I mean, they can go here. There's no reason they can't. I just usually like to spread them. We could put them here. They could go here for now. Resource counter. So I'm going to put 1 and 2. 1 for gears, 1 for... Yeah, 1 for gears and 1 for... And I know Phelan and I think it was Grouchy Hermit put in alternative methods I could use for the resource counters. I am going to stick with my tried and tested for now. I want to look at the memory one, and I also want to look at Grouchy Hermit's one of having a minimum and an upper limit, but obviously on a live stream, not live stream, a live recorded video, I don't want to just spend ages looking at like automation. I feel like that's just not engaging content for you guys to watch. Oh, we have pumped this dry now, which we haven't actually done in the past. I mean, what we can do is we can actually put our depth sensor in. If I had space for it. I think what we do is we put in that there. And then we're going to put in a depth sensor. And so this will be a lot of automation, hopefully. See, paused. Lovely. I can even actually up the limit if I wanted to. Are you guys building this? They have built this. Excellent. So that can go there. And we can start to work on our tubeway system. Boom. And boom. So these should act as retention ponds so we don't lose as much water during the droughts and bad tides. You'll tell if this has worked because water will start spraying out of this at its earliest convenience. So I think we need to come all the way along here. It's really weird what I think about when I'm like at work. Like, we could even have one coming through here and coming out here. We also haven't put in where this is going to connect out, so that's my bad. I guess we have it somewhere here, don't we? So we come along here, and then in the next drought, we... How about, is that completely over my part? Oh. I guess we can get creative with that. We can see what we can move this path. This path doesn't have to be here. But that's going to give them something to work on. And I think that's a great way of using the actual existing tunnels to lay our transit network. Because even if the worst was to happen and bad tide would happen, as I was informed on my other series, beavers can't get stuck, can't get contaminated when they're in tubes, which is good. So, cycle 17 is about to start. Lovely temperate cycle, so I can now... I'm going to unpause. Oh, we are actually out of... Did we get that low? I didn't see that. Sugar. Right. I was also confident we... Oh... Scott. So confident, and then this happens. So, what do we want to pump first? So, pump. Got those two pumping as well. Somebody's ran straight in there. I think I need to have them set on a resource counter, so when the resource gets low, was it because we were dumping water in here the entire time? Is that what was happening? Yeah, they're tied to bad... Maybe I need this to be built. I also need... How much stuff do I need to be built? All of this stuff. See, that's the only problem. This does take a little bit of time. We're not leaking water out down here, are we? Most excellent. No, we're not. Well, we're not yet. I'm sure we won't be. Having that tad moment of insanity. I also need to get this built. Sorry, it keeps happening. Keep pumping, guys. Come on. So I'm going to pause you for now. And what did I want to put in here? I wanted to put in a... Let's pretend none of that was happening. I can't believe I let that get away from me. Let's put a timer in there. Really can't believe I let that get away from me. Fill that up a little bit. Good stuff. Oh, look at this. This is now filled. Love it. So this is going to be a lovely reservoir. We have so much water flowing into this now. We have all the water from here and over here. It might even flood. I hope it doesn't flood, but... Are we that short on gears? We are that short on gears. Come on, guys, pump. Oh, and we also... Oh, God, that was janky. I swear I'm not that bad at this game. I know that's for you to judge, but... I think I'm okay. And then we have stuff like this. I mean, I survived the... That's a lot of water. That's a lot of flow. Maybe we pause building this for now. I think this might have been a mistake doing this. Because we're getting too much flow, so we're going to pop that there. Just to let a little bit of the water go back out that way. But look at this water. Look at how much we have. Look at it coursing through there. It's exciting. So when water is... I think I can do that. So when water is greater than that, automate with that. So we can actually continue to build this, I think. Because that should automate that, in theory. And I have to set this to unlimited, don't I? So it's currently off. So when that goes in and that goes over, that'll be fine. Fingers crossed. And then what's going to happen is this is going to all come down here, and we'll be able to continue pumping this throughout the entire thing. Where's that going? Oh. Okay. It's going to be unpopular. So we have expanded our beaver population. We've also expanded our water storage, even if slightly badly. And we're going to work on expanding food, because that's the next thing to do. So these resource counters in there? No, they're not. So I also want to put the timers in behind them. I'm guessing that one gets built first. Oh, they've almost built that as well. Lovely. We haven't had the timer yet either, which is good. What a cycle. So fingers crossed. So this is going to be the weather station. So this is going to be called... we're going to set you to be bad tide. And you are going to be... You're going to activate early. I think 4 hours early is probably enough. And what we're going to do is we're going to automate... Are you called bad tide? No. But you don't actually need to exist anymore, do you? We're just going to change you to leather so I don't get confused. That's evil, isn't it? Look at that. That's leather. This is now called bad tide. And you are going to... On bad tide, you are going to go down to up to 1. And on bad tide, you are going to go up to... down to 0. So when bad tide goes on. So, that's fine. We have another drought coming in, which is good. Because then we can continue to... We can start to do our other end of our tube network. No, bit of lag. That's been built. That hasn't. I want that one for planks. So what we're going to do is we're going to do planks. And because of Laura's excellent comment on the other video, the other series, about me setting my stuff to a quantity, we're going to go for a percentage this time. So we're going to go for a 90%. So when it's less than 90%, when it's less than 90%, turn on. So we're going to pause. We're going to... Well, we might just delete this section. Because I'm going to leave this on for now because we obviously want the amount. So we're going to pop you on that. 24-hour delay. And we also need to get some the depth sensors and the water sensors in as well. I want to get large tanks. I mean, I can just get large tanks. Just build that. I'm not sure how they actually got over there to build that. Anyway, let's not ask questions. So you can be automated with this. So then we've just freed up 4 beavers. Good stuff. And I probably need to put a depth sensor up here as well, don't I? So that when... yeah, I'll put a depth sensor up there as well. So that when we run out of water up there, they stop pumping. I might also put an audible alarm in. I haven't actually used one of these yet, but I feel like that might be good. So we could put a sound in. That's where I unlocked that. Anyway. What we could do is we could put a speaker in and make a noise so that when we get low on water, it can panic me into into doing something about it. So that's been built. So when that is less than, I want you to turn off. Have I done that the wrong way around? I think I have done that the wrong way around. So you should be greater than, I guess. Cool. So if it's greater than 0, they'll stay on, and then if that runs out, we'll then free up those beavers. So there's some more automation. It's all flowing out the bottom there at the moment. I really want them to... Oh, so I need to change this. I need to change this to... If over... Are you not automated, that depth sensor? Because I've got one day and I need to figure this out. So if you're less than that, you turn on. If you're greater than that, I want you to turn off. Why aren't you turning off? Am I missing something? Do you know what? You are now unautomated. And you are just going to go to a target height of 0.95. So you should shut. 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 What have I done wrong? I mean, it's not what I want, but it'll do. It's not what I want, but it'll do. Fine. What did I do wrong there, guys? Because that's off. Then we're on a 20 day, so 20 day. So we do have a little bit of water stored in here, which I'm very pleased about. But not half as much as I would like. So let's turn these ones off. And you know what? I'm just going to pump these ones out. We have stuff for the water down here, so I'm just going to keep pumping. I'm just going to make the use of what we have. I don't know how I fluffed that. Is it just because this was set? But anyway, get pumping. So we're 4 beavers short. This is paused. This is working. This is working. We have almost full water, so I guess what we're going to do is, because we really need to work on water security. I did talk about blasting this out. Oh, we have these built. I did talk about blasting this out, didn't I, actually? So yeah, that's fine. We'll go for the triples. So I guess we just come in straight behind, don't we? Pop that in. So you should be a gear. I mean, it's not going to matter for gear. Maybe if we do... See, water's something I want to keep pumping, but also, I guess if we are over, I need to set them to ores as well. It's a lot to think about. It's a very lot to think about. I'm losing track of what I'm doing now, so let's focus. Let's pick one target and focus on. We're doing this, and I also want to come under here and do this to get this tubeway in. They started to build it yet? They're not. They're short on gears. So in the essence of this, I guess we're actually not using all the power, are we? So what I can do is I can pop that in there. Actually, you know what? I'll just pop all that in there and just do that quickly. So, because obviously we need more gears. Let's not beat around the bush of what we need. We do need gears. I'm going to pause you for now because I don't really need you. I'm also going to pause you because I don't really need you. You're more nice to have. I'm going to pause you as well because I don't really need... I mean, I've got so many beavers doing stuff that... We need to sort out the resource counters next time. Permanently. But that's nice and easy. We need to really get onto industry. I feel like I'm like Nero. Was it Nero? Like fiddling while fiddling with like stuff while Rome burns? Was it Nero? My classics isn't very good. So you are paused. What you need to be is you need to be... We need to just set you high. Because that's where I lost all my water last time, trying to keep that... So what I need is I need you to be a delay with the optional reset to be the bad tide? Or do I... So if I have the bad tide sensor as the reset, and then I have you as that, so then we just go 24. So if it's a bad tide or a reset, that should then allow this to automate off of this. So this, we set a high threshold for that. That's because it is the bad. No, we're not. We're going to lower that because we don't need it to be that. So set it to 0.5. And then when that resets, oh, I manually pause that. That's why. So fingers crossed. Resets when reset. So that should just reset on a bad tide. Let me know if this is going to work. This is the first time we've used the reset function. Let's not let water get away from us this time either. Oh, do I need two in there? Bottoms up then? Oh, no. Yeah. So that should just leak straight off the back of the map now. And what we can actually do is we can pop in a floodgate in there, can't we? Triple floodgate? I mean, I'm just using all the science now, but that's fine. We'll lag again. So, what are we going to do? We're going to pop in... want to look at our transit system we're slowly putting in. So I'm guessing we come in. I think I can do this here. I think I can do that. And let's get all this pulled out. I really wish you would empty this, but I paused the dynamite, so bully me, I guess. We have so many jobs, yet not enough beavers. Oh, are we doing planks again now? We are, but we also have gears as well, so I'm not super opposed to it. You can start building that. So they are slowly going to do that. They are also... Oh, they did that for me as well. So there we go. So that's going to leak out there. So I'm assuming... Oh yeah, that's just going to come out there as well, actually. So we have done a nice good bad tide defense there. So what we can do is we can maybe even... Do I even need to? I'm not sure of the power. So I'm guessing what I do is I come and... probably should have put this in first. Should put some floodgates in here. And hopefully we're kind of achieving what everybody's asked for. I do try to be as accommodating as I can. So what have we done? We've done a bit of automation. We have sort of did my reservoir. We did it, but we scuffed this, so I need to look at that properly next time. We've done this bad tide diversion up here, which is very cool. We'll tie that to the bad tide down here. We've kind of sorted out these sensors. And there we go. So you can see straight down into that. Excellent. So what I also need to do is, I need to not forget about this, and I also need to put in impermeable floors. Otherwise the water will just start leaking out the top again. So pop an impermeable floor there. And then pop tubeway station. And then what this has allowed us to do is this has allowed us to... I know it's going to take them a while to build. I'm fully aware of that. But this has allowed us an easy way of getting up and down from here. And we could even come across here. So our district centre, not really near our housing supply, but we can... excuse me. We could put a system in here to come out here. So maybe we'll look at doing that next episode with some tunnels, so that we can. I mean, you just come around, don't you? Should we just stretch goal it now? And I'm sure these are going to irritate some people and me, so we'll pop that there. Get rid of that. These ones here can be, if you have nothing better to do, guys, do those ones there. Oh, but they are doing the rest quite quickly. Have you put this floodgate in? You have. So, automate. So on a bad tide. So when your bad tide's off, I want you to be low. No, when bad tide's on, I want you to be low. And when I want you to be automated to bad tide as well. And when bad tide is off, I want you to be low, and then when bad tide's on, I want you to be high. So we've improved this diversion up here. We could even use this area for farming. I need to tie you to a depth sensor as well, so there we go. So that saved that. We can put a depth sensor down here as well for these two boys. My only thing is, obviously, we are going to have a little bit of extra water in there at certain times, so maybe I need to put these on stilts. Maybe that'll be the better option going forward. And then we could even have this set to like that. Maybe we'll put that on stilts next time, because I don't want to mess with them while we're in a drought. We do have a reasonable amount of water here. This is paused. This is paused. This is paused. These guys down here are also paused, which is... Do I have the beavers to spare? Probably not. That's fine, we'll get some trees on the go. Pop that there. We'll just turn some of them off. Keep it all moving around a bit. Turn him on, why not? And are they coming in under here and doing this? They are making some progress. They're making progress both ways with this. Groovy stuff. Do we want to, do we think I have the time to tunnel in here, drop that down? I don't know. Maybe we'll save that. And how are these? Oh, these pools are actually working quite well. And we have run out of scrap as well, so we have to think about that. But that also looks like stuff for next time. So, I think this has been a very productive episode. I hope you agree. I hope you think we have targeted some of our goals, and we've actually... feels like we've achieved a little bit more. Rather than being in survival mode, it feels like we've taken the bull by the horn, so to speak. We've improved automation, bad tide defense, worked on mass transit, sorted water security, food stuff is next. I'm thinking down here, now that we're connecting up with mass transit, down here may be an excellent place to start to grow some different crops. So I will intend to move all of this, because it's very flat, isn't it? Very flat area. And with a couple of water dumps in, I think A-OK, we can achieve that. Oh, we're out of metal blocks, aren't we? So we started to use them all. Oh, yeah, okay. So, before we go, I know I do this all the time. Let's just get some... Let's just get some scavenger flags in. No, wrong way around. So, this has been Timberborn. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting like and subscribe so you can be notified of when the next episode goes live and see my other Timberborn stuff, because I have done quite a bit of Timberborn content now. And I will see you next time for more Deadlands.